Calls to support low-income households and home-based businesses were made in Parliament today amid laws that apply a GST to online purchases. From 2023, GST will be charged for low-value goods below $400 imported via air or post. This will also apply for overseas non-digital services such as online fitness, education and telemedicine. The new law is meant to level the playing field for local businesses whose customers have been paying GST. Along with changes to the sales of advertising space, the change is expected to add $130 million a year to Singapore's revenue. Still, MPs ask whether help will be given to groups which may have relied on these relatively cheaper online purchases.
Absorb the significant dent on profit margins passed on to them by GST, and their businesses are in danger. Pass it to their customers and they would feel that they have done them a disservice. Further, although it is desired that those affected by the GST on low-value important goods would channel demand to the local economy, in the case of some home business owners, this may not be so.
Some Singaporeans buy products from overseas that they cannot find locally. They will now have to contend with significantly higher costs as a result of increasing shipping costs and GST costs, and not to mention the supply chain disruptions that we're facing now. For the lower income households, every cent in savings counts. So being driven towards local options that are initially more expensive than its foreign counterpart may be a win for the local retailer, but for the low-income consumer, it would feel like a loss.
The bulk of individuals' consumption, such as food, utilities, transport, education and healthcare, will not be affected by the change. These goods and services are typically bought from local suppliers rather than from overseas suppliers, and thus are not affected by the extension of GST to low-value goods imported via air or post and B2C imported non-digital services.
Still, one Workers' Party MP warned that consumers might face what he calls a double whammy amid an impending GST hike, calling for that to be abolished. But Ms. Indrani says revenue will be needed to pay for future needs. Already $24 billion has been set aside to help companies emerge stronger from the pandemic.
You have a situation where your fiscal situation is already tight because you are digging into your savings and your reserves. You have got impending challenges which require you to spend more, and you also have the Workers' Party on top of that asking us to spend even more than that. And the money must come from somewhere. The kind of money that is raised from the GST in today's bill is in the millions. But if there is a GST increase of 2 percentage points, the amount of revenue raised per year is about 3 billion. You're comparing millions with billions. And the kind of expenditure that's required is billions.